Hello everyone. I am so glad to be joining you live today. If you watched last week's, boy, that was a hot mess. I had a cold last week and I was doing fine until the video started, and once the video started I just could not talk at all. So last week was a very painful video, so I am so happy to be back this week. So I am so happy you're joining me. So while we wait for a few people to join, let's go over all the specials and stuff. This is your last week to get anything from the Snowflake Showcase. The white velvet paper has sold out, but you can still get the stamp sets, the Snowflake trinkets, the thinlets, which are fantastic. The thinlets are amazing just on their own. So this is your last week to get it though, and you only have until Friday to get it. So don't wait. These items will not be available after Friday. Get them today. Also going on for today and tomorrow, it's our final of the 3 sales, the 3 10% off online extravaganza sales. Today and tomorrow you can save on tools and inks. So, and these items are only for annual catalog items, so they do not include holiday catalog items, but this is a great time to stock up on ink pads in the new style. The stamp and blends are also part of this sale, and adhesives. So really good time. I placed an order this morning and got some stocked up on some adhesives, some dimensionals, and just a few other things I was needing. I got some more chamois just to have on hand because you just never know. You always need those, right? So today and tomorrow is the last day to get that 10% off. I would encourage you to order sooner rather than later because items in the online extravaganza are only while supplies last. So there is a limited quantity of them, so make sure you get them sooner to take advantage of that sale. And when you do order, please head to my website to order and use this hostess code. If your order is over $50, I'm going to send you a roll of the red ribbon, our red solid ribbon, real red ribbon, and I don't have any more of that. I don't have any to show you. I made them all last week with my little treats. So, but this is the last week of November, and next week will be December, and I'll have new stuff for you next week. But please head to my online store and shop there. If your order is over $150, don't use the host code. You'll get hostess or Stampin' Rewards, but I will still send you the ribbon. If you like this video, please share it. I love it when people share my videos. My whole business is from home, and I appreciate all of your support. So we're going to jump right into today's project because I absolutely love it. And it's a little more involved than I normally do, but I love this technique that I did. Sunday, I believe I started working with it, and I just love it. So I'm going to show you guys, let me show you guys the card. This is the card we're going to make. Isn't that gorgeous? And I don't know, you can see that wash back there. That is shimmer paint. We're going to do that today. And look at how that sparkle and shine. Oh my gosh. In person, this is just stunning and incredible. And it's just a quick wash. We're going to do that. But it is so fantastic. And we are using the First Frost stamp set and framelits. You can get this in a bundle. Save 10%. This is in the holiday catalog. This was one that wasn't even really on my radar. It just didn't appeal to me. I was like, I have enough flower stamp sets. I don't need another flower stamp set. I have so many. And then I started seeing so many amazing cards with them, and I was like, all right, fine. I'll get it. You wore me down. So I got it, and I've been playing with it, and I just love it. And the flowers are pretty spectacular, and there's so many different shades just from one stamp, so it's amazing. So if it's not on your list, it should be, and you should get it. So we're going to start by doing this wash because it does have to dry. Isn't that beautiful? I could look at it for hours. It's just beautiful. So I am going to start. I have a couple here because we're gonna do a couple, but we're only using one for the card. This is our shimmery white cardstock. To do this technique, you will need either shimmery white cardstock or watercolor cardstock. Our Whisper White or vanilla cardstock simply will not handle the moisture we're going to put on there. The shimmery white, oh, I didn't mean to hit the camera, guys, sorry. The shimmery white cardstock works well for this because we're using a small amount of moisture. If we were really going to cover it with water, or in our case, we're actually using alcohol, but I'll get into that in a minute. If we were really going to cover it, I would say definitely go with the watercolor paper. Otherwise, you're just going to ruin your paper. So I have 2 cups here. I have 1 cup with some rubbing alcohol in it, and this is what I'm using. This was just bought, I mean, years ago. This is what I keep in my bathroom for, you know, scratches or cuts, whatever. So it's just regular rubbing alcohol. I have 91% here. You want to look for one with at least 70% alcohol. So that the higher the alcohol concentrate, the quicker it's going to evaporate and dry and all of that. So at least 70%. I have 91%. I don't know why I have such a high count, but I do. That's what I have. And I have to say I use the alcohol more for crafting than I do for anything else. So, and then I just have a cup of plain water here that we'll just use to rinse the brush. And the brush I'm using, you could use an aqua painter. I am just using, this is an old brush I had. It has a really wide flat tip, which is perfect for this technique. And this is just one that I pulled out of like the craft stash that we have here for kids and stuff. So, and you could do this with any of our shimmer paints. I am using the Frost White today. So I'm going to give it a good shake. You always want to shake up your shimmer paint before you use it. And I have a block here, and I'm just going to put my shimmer paint on my block. If you don't want to use a block, it wipes right off. We're going to wipe it off before it dries on there. But if you don't want to use a block, you could use like any non-porous surface. You could use like an old plate or anything. You can actually get like watercolor mixing palette things you can use. That's fine too. So I'm just going to get my brush a little wet in this is the alcohol, remember. And you can do this technique with water. I just prefer it with alcohol, especially with the shimmery white, because it evaporates so quickly. So, and I'm going to just bring in some of that alcohol and mix it in here. So we're going to make this very watery. You guys see like how watery that is? Like, so I really just watered down that shimmer paint. And all we're going to do, I mean, this is so easy. You do not have to have any kind of art skills to do this. All we're going to do is just paint it like back and forth. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Washes like this do not have to be perfect. That is the beauty of these kind of washes. So that is it. Isn't that beautiful? And again, you can do this with any of the shimmer paints. Let me pull in, where's my other piece of paper? And you can you can do it with the gold, with the copper, with the champagne. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more shimmer paint here because for this one, I'm also going to add some Coastal Cabana re-inker. And so I'm going to show you how you can, when you use the white, I'm just going to add 1 drop, hopefully. So it's super concentrated. We don't want super, super high concentrated. And then we're just I'm going to add a little bit more of the rubbing alcohol here. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so pretty. And then again, so we're just going to take it and just wash it across our page. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to stick my brush in the water so that it can clean off. And let me grab a baby wipe real quick just to clean my block off to show you guys that there is no harm to these blocks. So, and then again, I'll just wash my block off really good in the sink when we're done. I always give my blocks a good bath every once in a while, but that's it. Ooh, came right off, no problem. The block, it was not harmed. And look at that, and when it dries, it's going to be simply stunning. Isn't that beautiful? So these are the 2 we've done. And they're still a little wet, although this one is almost completely dry. With that rubbing alcohol, it's just drying them immediately almost. So this is one, this is not the card we're going to make, but this is one I did with the gold. And you can see, and I used a little bit less of the rubbing alcohol, so it was more just a dry brush with that gold. Isn't that pretty? So we are going, so I'm going to get my bits out. So let me show you the card we're going to make again. So we're making this card. We're using a little bit different colors. So I have, this one has a lovely lipstick card base and then a Highland Heather layer. This one we're doing a Highland Heather card base. So this is cut to 8.5 by 5.5, and then I've scored it at 4 1/4. So this is our card base. And then I have a Coastal Cabana layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this is one that I did the other day that's already completely dried that we're going to use for today's card. And this is colored again with the Coastal Cabana. So isn't that beautiful? So shiny, right? Ah, love it. And this is the shimmery white cardstock, which is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're gonna get to all that in a minute. We're gonna get to some stamping right now. So like I said, we are using the First Frost stamp set. I'm gonna use the larger flower, the smaller flower, and then the greeting, the wishing you all the best. So that's all the stamp sets we're using from here, but there are plenty of other stamp sets that are amazing in there. So here's my 3 stamp sets. Let's put them aside. We're gonna do our stamping. So I have Lovely Lipstick here and Coastal Cabana. I'm gonna open these 2 real quick. So let me move this card out of the way. We'll pull that back in a minute. So I'm gonna start with my big flower here. And I am going to stamp it up in the Coastal Cabana. Now this stamp set is so fabulous that when you stamp it, I'm going to show you here, you get so many different shades just from one stamp. So it's like darker in the center and along the edges a little bit, and then it's real light and detailed in this on the outside here. And that is, I mean, it's just amazing that you can do that with just one stamp. It looks like I maybe double or triple stamp this to get all that shading, but it's really just one stamp. So that's pretty amazing. I'm going to do the same thing with the Lovely Lipstick and the smaller flower. So, and again, look at all that detail and shading from just one stamp. Isn't that amazing? Love that. So, through the magic of Facebook Live, I've already stamped and cut all these out so you guys didn't have to watch me do that on my big shot. So we have 1 Highland Heather, 1 Lovely Lipstick, and then a Coastal Cabana in the larger one. So that is all done. And then I also have cut one of the tags from the framelit. The framelits come with this cute little tag shape, and so I've already cut that out, and we're going to use that for our greeting. So I'm going to get out my Highland Heather ink for that. I wanted to show those flowers. Aren't they, I mean, just stunning. The first time I used it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. So my Highland Heather ink and my greeting. I want to make sure I get this the right way because I've already pre-cut this. So if I mess up, we may have to just cut it again, or I'm just going to have to live with it. So I'm just going to, where did I stamp that? Where's my card? Okay. I want to make sure I get it in the right corner. So, that's awful. We're going to do it again. Did you see that? Look at that. I have like a ghost line there. So we're going to redo it, and I'm going to not get that line this time. Okay. Much better. Perfect. Okay. All my inky stamps over here. I'm going to close my ink pad, and that is all the stamping and all the big shotting that we're going to do. So we have all of our little bits here, and so we are going to get started in assembling this thing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some silver metallic thread to this larger flower, and I love our metallic thread. It is definitely one of my favorite accessories. And I just love to add little nests of it. And I don't know, I'm wrapping it like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times. So I just have like a little nest of it. I've just wrapped it around my 3 fingers. I'm holding them where they meet here. And where they meet, I'm just going to place that onto my glue, my snail. So you can see the little ends sticking out here. But it's staying nice and intact right there. And just to hold it intact a little more, we're going to throw a dimensional on there. And that is it. That is how I get my fancy little nest. My little metallic thread nest. That's it. So no fancy techniques or anything on there. That is just how I do it. All right, we're going to take that dimensional back off. We are going to add this little flower right here. Although I am going to trim that a little bit, I think, in the end. But we're going to add this little Coastal Cabana flower right here. Beautiful. And then I think I'm going to grab some liquid glue and to adhere these. I'm going to put the Highland Heather one in the front because our card base is Highland Heather, so I want that one to stand out a little more. I'm going to pull that one down in the front. And then I'm going to add this one. I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive down here in the corner here. And I'm going to add this one just in the back right here. So it's just peeking out. Lovely. Isn't that beautiful? Lovely. So that liquid glue will dry pretty quickly, and we're going to assemble the rest of our card while that's drying. We'll get back to that in a minute. So really, once your little pieces, and let me pull these back in that we did. I mean, these are completely dry. I could use these if I wanted to. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll use this one. I mean, they're completely dry right now, so you could use them. If you look at that shine. Oh my gosh. So I have 3 of them. Just lovely. So we'll just go with that one. But so they're completely dry by now. So by the time you're done getting all the other bits ready for your card, you could absolutely have that dry. Now again, if you were using like watercolor paper and water instead of alcohol, it may take a little longer to dry, but again, this card came together a little quicker than a normal one because I've already had everything pre-cut, so you never know. Okay, we are almost done. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this one. I don't think I did that on my other one, but who cares? Dimensionals, right? They are my favorite adhesive, and I use so many of them. I have a whole basket full of dimensionals. I love it when I order dimensionals because I order them in giant quantities. And I love getting my box when dimensionals show up. It always makes me so happy. Okay, I got all my dimensionals off. And dimensionals are super affordable. I mean, you get 300 dimensionals for, I think, $4. And that doesn't even count like all these little edge pieces, which I use all the time. These edge pieces are like gold. I use them. My customers never use them in classes, but I love that because then I can bring them home and I have so many dimensional edges to use. So let me bring in our card again so we know what we're doing. And then for our greeting here, I am just going to throw some dimensionals on that. I'm going to ignore that little mess up back there. Yikes. That's a good thing about paper, right? There are 2 sides to every sheet of paper. Oh, fantastic. I cannot get these dimensional backings off to save my life today. Okay. And we're just going to set this down here, and look at that. On the Coastal Cabana shimmer, that just looks fantastic. And another thing I did with this card, like this card I made a little wonky. I put it on a little crooked. And with this one I put it on completely straight. So, I don't know, you guys have to tell me which one you like better. Do you like straight? Or do you like a little wonky? Which one looks better? I don't know. Now, we have lots of choices on how to finish this card. This one I added rhinestones to this. You could also add pearls. They're very shiny. You could also add, since we're using Coastal Cabana, we could use the glitter enamel dots, the Coastal Cabana ones here. Very pretty. But we're going to stick with rhinestones because I have those out. And we have so many, and then we have like gold pearls and silver pearls. So if you, oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to hit that. If you have like a gold wash, you can maybe pull out the gold pearls. That would be beautiful. So, and I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. I was using my scissors, but it's not working as well as I thought. So I'm just going to pull off, now I have my scoring tool in it. I'm just going to pull that off, and I'm going to throw in my paper piercer edge. So I'm going to use those for my dimensionals. And I could also use the little spatula side, but not my dimensionals. What am I saying? These are rhinestones, people. So I'm just going to set a few on here. So lovely. Oh my gosh, this card is so pretty. I just love it. And that wash back there. I mean, people are going to think that you spent hours doing that. And how quick did we do that? We did that in no time. People are going to think you're a genius. They're going to think you're an artist, a professional artist. How fun, right? And this one just got stuck, so there we go. That is it. We added our rhinestones. That was like the slowest rhinestone placing ever. Okay, we're going to bring these back in. Let me throw everything else out of the way so we can pull in our 2 cards. So what do you guys think? Do you love it? Do you love all that sparkle and shine? This one I think was the silver shimmer paint. Super pretty. And then again, this one was one that I mixed with Coastal Cabana to get that look. And here are the 2 that we did in the video today. And they are completely bone dry. So it did not take them long to dry. So this was just frost white, and then this is that Coastal Cabana. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to make more cards out of these. exactly like this. Isn't that, oh my gosh, so pretty. I just can't get over the shine on this. I just love our shimmer paint. So if you want to order any of the supplies to make these cards, please head to my website. Use this hostess code. If your order is over $50, I will send you some of our, not some, I'll send you a whole roll of our real red solid ribbon. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends. I would love to reach more stamping friends that way. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments for me. I will get to them as soon as I see them. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will be back next week with another Facebook Live, Tuesday at 2:30 Mountain Time. And hopefully by then, I will have some really fun stuff to show you. So, and by fun stuff, I mean a super special bag you guys are going to want. So hopefully it'll be here by then. If not, I will do a special Facebook Live when that comes in. So have a great day, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you make these pretty cards, please tag me so I can see them. Other than that, I hope you guys have a really fantastic Tuesday and a great rest of your week. Thanks. Bye.